Trey Lance to the Dallas Cowboys for a 4th round pick. Wow. What a bust. Look, man, what does that even mean? There's no way he see the field with Dak Prescott spinning it, right?
The funniest is this one.
You are now tuned in. You are now tuned in.
He's the funniest in the world.
To the hottest podcast with your host, Big.
Look, man, just in case y'all forgot, this is who I am. This is right here is what I do. This is the Diamond Crew. But I want to give a shout out to my G's and my OGs. But you already know what to do. But if you're new to the channel and you like content like this, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like. I need you to comment. I need you to subscribe. I need you to share this. I need you to hit that notification bell so you always up to date. Look, man, the preseason is finally over for the Philadelphia Eagles and almost for the NFL. And look, man, we are so happy to get back to regular football. The Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Indianapolis Colts 27-13, making the final preseason record 0-2-1. Look, the Eagles never do good in the preseason. It's been like that. Like I said, the small wins that we get are when we see the players that we draft and we see the players that we acquire and the players who we don't know exactly what we're going to get from them. We get to see those guys in the preseason. We're not looking for no preseason wins. We not Baltimore. I think that streak of 24 wins has been broken. And I think it was by our compadres here in the NFC East. I think it was the Washington Commanders. It might be their Super Bowl for the year. But we really want to talk about the players that made the best of that opportunity. We're gonna talk with Ben V. I don't want to say his last name because I might butcher it, but he had like 17 total tackles. He was a tackling machine in his last game. Let's talk about Tyreek Williams, who's just been added to this team. He hasn't been here over 3 weeks. He had 7 total tackles and an interception. That play that he did get on the interception, that was a really good catch. He was able to control it and run and gain him a few yards. Let's talk about Devin Allen, a guy who I might want to see as a kick return, punt return, because he definitely had a 73-yard kick return to set up the first score and the only score for Marcus Mariota that day. And it wasn't on the arm of Mariota, it was on the legs of Trey Sermons. But I do think, if I remember correctly, that Mariota did have 2 completions on that drive, but he was taken right out of the game, which kind of confused me. Jake Elliott, he was 2 for 2 on field goals, and I think he had a field goal as well, which totaled 7 points for him, which is good to see that he may be in mid-season form. So that's something to be happy about because Jake Elliott has always been pretty good for us. So let's keep that on the up and up. So let's talk about a few things that we've seen in training camps last preseason. That's the good parts about it. The bright side. Look, man, Howie had a great draft. He replenished this team after a huge loss of key players. So that's something really good because it's gonna help us out for a few years. Like I said, 5 to 6, maybe more. So Howie had a great draft. The Georgia Bulldogs are as good as advertised. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, these guys are well worth. They are worth, where we drafted them at. They both have been good players. We got Nakobe Dean. We got Jordan Davis. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles are set up for success. Reed Blankenship is poised to have a good season. That's another bright spot, especially after losing CJ, GJ, and losing Epps. Reed has came on and paused and really turned it around, not turned it around, but he just showed everybody that he was deserving of this spot. And look, I'm so happy that he has got it finally. We have a dynamic receiving running back out the backfield. That's something to be happy about, something that we haven't seen in a few years from the Philadelphia Eagles. And I hope that, this dynamic can bring a lot more touchdowns from this running back room, so we can try to keep Jalen Hurts as safe as possible, because we just don't know what we have in the second string quarterback right now. So let's talk about a few things that's question mark still, in my mind. And it's just my opinion, but it's still question marks. It's still a huge one at the second string quarterback spot. While we're talking about the safety of Jalen Hurts, man, is it going to be Marcus Mariota? I think so, especially with him only coming in and playing one drive touchdown. They took him out. I would have liked to see him stay out there a little bit longer and show us exactly that he's ready for this role. Because Tanner McKee is chomping at the bit. He's going to be fighting. He's going to be fighting all year to keep Tanner McKee from taking his job. So I can't wait to see how that play out. But we don't know yet. So that's still a question mark. It's still all up in the air. How good is this linebacker core? We just don't know yet. We know that we have Nakobe Dean, a Georgia Bulldog, a smart guy, fast, quick, could do a lot of things for this defense, the green dot. But who's going to be the guy that step up in regular season and help Nakobe Dean shoulder this load? Is it going to be Zach Cunningham? Is it going to be Christian Ellis? Is it going to be Nicholas Morrow? So I'm definitely looking forward to finding out who's the guy that's going to step up and secure these linebacker roles, because if I'm not mistaken, Isaiah Simmons was just traded to the Giants for a air bag of chips. Like nothing, it was crunched up chips in the bag, and it was nothing but air in it, and that's what they traded him for. I think they traded him for a 7th, and we like, wow. But I understand if I'm the Giants and I'm looking at what I'm up against, and I know I need to reshape and retool and keep the talent fresh on the defensive side when you're going up against when you're going up against such a juggernaut team like the Philadelphia Eagles in that offense. So that's something else that we need to see. Not seeing a lot of the starters all preseason. Is the linebacking core going to be good? Will a safety core be good? We all think that Reed is ready for the challenge, but is Terrell Edmonds a veteran guy? Is he ready for the challenge? Because we haven't seen a lot from him. We haven't been talking a lot about him, but we have been talking a lot about Sidney Brown. So will Sidney Brown be the guy that, once we get going and we into the season, that he start to see a little bit more snaps? We don't know. These are all the questions that I have, and all of the things. I didn't want to say they were bad points. I just want to say, that they questions, because they could turn around and be good cores, coming from the linebackers and the safeties. And look, we was just overreacting, without seeing our starters in the preseason that much. Some of those key guys, will that play a factor, will that play a factor in how fast we start, or will we be fast? Will we be slow? Coming out the gate, going up against Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. To me, I feel like Bill Belichick is dangerous when you give him as much time as a whole offseason to scheme for a particular team, especially when the tape is out there on our team from last year, being one of the top teams in the league. Bill Belichick has been scheming, because every team's goal is to be 1-0 every week, so I can't wait to see what happened in game one. But I'm expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to come out fast, to start fast. I want a touchdown. If we get the ball first, we receive the ball first, which I'd rather kick it. But if we receive the ball first, I am expecting the Philadelphia Eagles to start fast and come down with an instant score. That's what I would like to see. But look, that may just be my fandom talking. But look, man. Look, man, we all good, man. So I want to get into a few roster updates while we locked in right now, because the Eagles are getting ready. They're getting ready for the 90 to 53 man roster cut down date of August 29th. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over our prediction of the roster, of how it's going to look. But for right now, the Eagles have waived Ian Book. The Eagles have also waived Tyree Jackson and also Dan Arnold, which came as a surprise to me, as Dan Arnold being the veteran in this league. Maybe they just didn't see enough out of him to say that he could make it over Stahl or Calcaterra. Look, these are young guys who bring different dynamics to this offense and blocking and pass catching. And I think that Jack Stahl is a great blocker, and Calcaterra is a guy who can, bred to do it all at the tight end spot. So there's going to be more cuts, from today until tomorrow. But at the same time, man, we got to talk about it. And we want to get into our 53-man roster prediction. So here we go, man. Let's jump right into it. With no further ado, quarterback 1, Jalen Hurts. Quarterback 2, Marcus Mariota. And quarterback 3, Tanner McKee. Running back room, let's get into it. DeAndre Swift 1, Gainwell 2, 3, Scott, and 4, Penny. Those are the 4 running backs. August 29th, we'll see those guys most likely, and then soon after that we may know the depth chart. Wide receiver, we all know AJ Brown number 1, Devontae Smith number 2, Quez Watkins number 3, OZ number 4. At the tight end, we have Dallas Goedert, Jack Stahl, and Grant Calcaterra. At the offensive tackle spot, we have Lane, Jordan, Tyler, Jack, and Fred Johnson. At the center spot, we have Kelsey, Dickerson, Jurgens, and Sewell Petta. At the edge, we have Hassan Reddick, Shwet, Brandon Graham, Smith, Barnett, and Patrick Johnson. At the defensive tackle spot, we have Cox, Jalen Carter. We have Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Marlon T, and Moro Ojomo. At the linebacker spot, I have Dean, Morrow, and Cunningham. I want to put Christian Ellis on this roster. So that's either a toss-up on who's going to make this roster, but it's going to probably be between Nicholas Morrow and Christian Ellis. But that's yet to find out. At the cornerback spot, we all know we have Darius Slay, Bradbury, Avonte Maddox. I would like to see Eli Ricks, Ringo, Josh Jobs, Goodrich, and Garner. At the safety spot, I would like to see Reed Blankenship, Terrell Edmonds, Sidney Brown, Wallace, and then Evans. And then we got Rick Lovato and Jake Elliott. And our kicker, I'm guessing it's probably going to be Sipas. But maybe we can acquire, a kicker off waivers or somebody's team. Look, I don't know, but I'm really not a fan of Sipas. But we got to see how that goes. But that is Hada's 53-man roster prediction. Look, man, leave a comment down below with who you feel like is going to be on this 53-man roster. It's just a prediction, but look, man, it's how I feel. But look, if you still tuned into this and you still watching this and you want to do this channel a favor because it probably helped you out and it probably gave you a bit of information that you probably didn't have, do me a favor and like it, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz, because you got to keep Hada in rotation. You got to keep the Diamond Crew Sports Podcast in rotation. Look, man, we're on the road to 1,500 subs. 1,500 subs. We have 1,192 subs. If y'all could help me out and get me to 1,500 subs, man, Hada would greatly appreciate it. Look, man, it's all about y'all, and that's why I do it. And without y'all, it wouldn't be no me. But for now, Hada out.